Alright, so our first game back from international break, and Barcelona have tied against Celta Vigo away from home 2-2. We had a goal coming from Lewandowski and a goal coming from Raphinha. We saw an amazing pass coming from Jules Koundé, who was playing as a right back this game. Mingueza made a huge mistake by not anticipating the ball correctly, and so the ball went straight through Mingueza. Raphinha wins possession of the ball and he scores the first goal. Then we had Lewandowski, where Raphinha passed the ball to Lewandowski. He went through 2 to 3 different players and he scores the second goal. That was basically everything good that happened tonight for FC Barcelona. I would also like to name one more other thing. I really did like the midfield between Casado, Pedri, and Gavi. They were dominant as expected. They intercepted the ball a lot of the times. They tried to win the ball, right? For every duel, they went 110%. Like I've said, having a double pivot of Gavi and Casado would work wonders because they do have a lot of technical quality. And then you had Pedri, who did play as a number 10 with Dani Olmo on the left wing. And so I liked all of that, right? I like the control. I like the way that they played their football. But I do believe that overall, Barcelona were missing much more intensity, much more aggressiveness, much more high tempo against Celta, because there were so many moments where Barcelona could have made a through pass through either Lewandowski or through Raphinha, who were wide open, and Celta Vigo had many spaces uncovered, but we were just not fast enough to react to those moments. Inigo Martinez had moments, Kubarsi had moments, Gerard Martin had moments. There was also moments where Dani Olmo had the ball. He could have made a faster through pass, but it did not happen, and it could have been 2-0 before the 45th minute. It could have been 3-0 before the 45th minute. Barcelona could have played a much better game, and let me tell you, they have the capacity to do that because we have seen it before. We have seen it from the first game of this season all the way up until the end of October. Barcelona know how to play with high tempo, high aggressiveness, high intensity, high everything. But for some reason, in the past 2 games, Barcelona lowered their intensity. We are starting to see much more of, I would say, Xavi football, where we're scared to make mistakes. We are scared to make those through passes. We are scared to play much faster, right? Xavi Hernandez was a coach that played much more conservative, tried to protect the ball, never allow for a misplaced pass to happen. I do see that today with Barcelona. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Hansi Flick is giving out different instructions, but we do need that prime Hansi Flick football back, where we do take the risk, where we are more daring, where we do want to take more shots. Even if it does seem impossible, it's always good to try at the end. Like a famous basketball player did say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And Barcelona right now do seem very conservative, which is the reason why Celta Vigo in the end ended up tying this game 2-2. They gave up the lead. There was only 10 minutes left to play, and Celta Vigo ended up scoring 2 goals within a span of 3 to 4 minutes. And that's mainly because Barcelona did encounter a red card, and Casado did commit his second foul that led towards him leaving. Not just that, but then immediately after that, Jules Koundé, who was the right back for us, yes, he did amazing things like making that assist to Raphinha, but then he made a horrible mistake that started it all, that led towards Celta Vigo gaining the 2-1. He did not see the player that was right next to him on his left side, and the ball went straight to Celta Vigo, and they have scored their first goal. And from there, you just knew it. You knew exactly what Celta Vigo were going to do. They finally manned up after seeing Barcelona go down with 10 men, and they said, we can capitalize on top of this. We can score many goals. And they found the second goal. They actually almost scored the third one after like one of their strikers tried to do like a back heel shot, and they almost made it 3-2 with a golazo. It could have been the goal of the season. So Barcelona were very lucky, and I believe that this is a very fair result. I'm not going to say that Barcelona were unlucky, that Barcelona deserved better. No, I do think that this is a very fair result for both parties, because Barcelona did not up their tempo, up their intensity in the first 45 minutes. And in the second half, we saw some of that happen. It leaked through the second half, and we should have done much more. I'm the type of guy, bro, that is not really afraid of Barcelona tying against Celta like this or losing against Real Sociedad 1-0. It's okay. It's fine with me, because you know what? We have to understand the broader scheme of things, right? This team is going to fail. This team is going to make mistakes. It's normal. It happens. It happened with Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. It happened with Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. It happened with Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich. It happened with Hansi Flick's Bayern Munich. It's going to happen with Hansi Flick's FC Barcelona. It's just like that. It's always been like that. This is football. We have to make these mistakes in order for us to improve. Yes, we have lost 1-0 to Sociedad. We have tied against Celta Vigo 2-2. We have basically lost 4 total points that we could have made extra. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, right? Barcelona is not at the worst form like ever or in the world. It's not that. Okay, like you look at Man City. Man City are on a 5-game winless streak. You don't see the fire. You don't see the drama going on and attacking Man City. You don't see that because everybody knows that Man City in the end, they're going to come back. Madrid, same thing. They lost a few games. They lost against AC Milan 3-1. Bayern Munich also took a couple of losses this season. It's very normal. I know that many might ask and say, Kevin, you don't think that you're just not like focusing on just Barcelona? We need to only focus on Barcelona, forget about the other teams. No, it's important for us to like look at other teams, right? Look at the other best teams in the world. Look at the most dominant teams in the world and see if they're winning all the time 24/7. No, that doesn't exist. There is no such thing as a perfect season. It's just not how it works anymore. When you realize that every great team right now are making mistakes, you'll be like, oh, okay, so Barcelona is just another team that's making mistakes too. We'll see what does happen in about 3 to 4 months and who comes out on top in the end. I believe that there's one thing that Barcelona is missing. Look, we have the tactics, we have a great style of play, we have the ability to play great football. The only thing that we are missing is to be 110% consistent in the tempo and the intensity and the aggressiveness to win every duel. Barcelona have put their arms down in this game against Celta, and I believe that this is a learning lesson. They have to realize that every time they put their arms down, they will lose points. They will. They have already seen it. They have experienced it twice, once against Sociedad and once against Celta Vigo, and that is it. So I do want to congratulate Lewandowski for scoring a goal today, because Lewandowski has been a very, I would say, impactful striker for us this season. Currently, right now, he has 15 goals in La Liga this season. To put that into perspective, if you combine Mbappe's goals in La Liga and Vinicius' goals in La Liga, they combined have a total of 14. One goal less than a solo player, Lewandowski. So Lewandowski has been in top form. These type of stats will not be talked about because it's not in the media's, agenda. They don't want to talk about that. They just want to say Barcelona lost. They lost 2 points. They tied 2-2 against Celta. Oh my God, they blew their 2-0 lead. That's all they're going to talk about. That's the only thing they're going to talk about. That's all you're going to look at on Google, on Twitter, on YouTube, on wherever. They're just going to be talking a lot of smack, but they're not going to be talking about stats like this. They don't want to put that into perspective. They don't want people to know that, and that's fine. That's okay. That's why I'm here. And so, like I said, Barcelona is still on top of the table. Nothing is on fire. Everything is okay. Yes, there were mistakes. Yes, there were some things that did annoy us. Like, for example, there was that incident with Aspas. Aspas thought that he got fouled by Gerard Martin. He thought that Gerard Martin kicked him on the ankle, and then as soon as the ref said that there was nothing, Aspas started like being dramatic on the sidelines, screaming to his own fans like a disrespectful person he is. He started like screaming to everybody and just like losing his freaking mind. Like, if he's a child, like if he's 7 or 8 years old, I'm like, bro, like, you're really good at acting. You're really good. Like, there's open roles at Netflix. There's open roles at HBO Max. There's open roles in theaters. Like, if you want to act like this, go ahead. Find a new career. Go ahead. Because acting in football is something that is not permitted, and we can see that. There's like 99 different cameras and different angles that surround you. And so if you think that your dramatic ass is going to be trying to persuade us that you got fouled, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. There's been so many videos, so many photos of basically him diving. And then you want to have other people like the nurses. I didn't mean to say the nurses. The Madrid fans wanting to say that Barcelona's corrupt, they're paying the refs and so forth. Like, no, bro. Like, don't even speak about paying refs when you know exactly what you guys have been doing in the past 6 to 7 years. This whole thing, this whole scandal between Aspas and Gerard Martin, it's nothing. There's nothing really to talk about. And so overall, I would say that Barcelona played okay. They were solid, but it was not enough, because if you want to win at Celta, you have to do much more than that. But we were solid. We were okay. Jules Koundé, besides that mistake that he made that led towards the 2-1, he provided an assist. He defended well. I also think that Kobarsi had a great game. Inigo Martinez, though, like, I'm starting to get worried for him, because even though he completed the most passes in this match, which again nobody's going to be talking about, right, which was a total of 66, he did seem very uncomfortable trying to pass with his right foot. I understand that he only has one great left foot and his right foot is like non-existent, but dude, like, does he really struggle to find like open players when he has the ball and he's trying to look for Raphinha or Dani Olmo or Gavi or Pedri or Casado? Like, he really struggles on that. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, you can just tell that when he has the ball, he panics and he tries to move away, and he knows that he only has one leg, which is the left one. That is what makes him make mistakes, and it does get me nervous, right? So something has to change with Inigo Martinez. Even Lewandowski was pissed off when Inigo Martinez could not find Lewandowski on the left flank, and Lewandowski was like, bro, I'm right here, like, relax, like, why are you panicking? So there was some tensions going on between the two veterans there. Gerard Martin, I would say he had one great play, which was like covering one of the strikers that was making a run behind the defensive line. Gerard Martin was like hustling. He was tracking back as fast as possible, had one good play, but besides that, I just don't trust him, dude. Like, I'm really sorry, but I just don't. And I don't mean to say this in the wrong way. I don't want to ever put down any of our youngsters, even though he's 22 years old, but he hasn't been at his best level. And we have to remember that Gerard Martin he is a bought player. He is not a born and bred La Masia player. He did come from a different club, which was UE Cornea, and he joined Barça Athletic back in 2023. So he's very new. Never ever was considered as a born La Masia player. Casado and Pedri played amazing. Pedri he was a demon on there, right? 31 out of 35 passes were completed, 1 chance created, 39 touches, 1 out of 1 successful dribbles, 2 touches in the opposition box, 4 passes into the final third, and so it was a great level coming from Pedri. Then came Raphinha. I think that Raphinha was also amazing. He completed the most dribbles, which was a total of 3. He was the most fouled player, which was 3 times. He hit the woodwork 1 time that could have led towards the 3-2 and had 5 total shots, and he won the most duels, which was a total of 7. And then we have Gavi, right, who had his first start since last year. 46 out of 54 passes were completed, 70 touches, 2 out of 5 successful dribbles, 1 out of 2 accurate long balls, 1 out of 1 tackles, 1 block, 1 interception, interception and 2 recoveries. And then as for like the most upsetting player for tonight, I would say is Frankie de Jong. I don't know what it is, but Frankie de Jong just looks so out of it. I don't even think that he like cares about representing FC Barcelona, and that's a shame because he wears the captain armband. And so when I see him have the ball, I don't see him with a lot of enthusiasm. When he needs to go defend, and in this context against Celta, you need to defend for your life. He seems very uninterested. I'm like, dude, like, do you even want to play for us anymore? Do you want to go somewhere else? Because you should tell the coach. You should let Hansi Flick know that you don't find the same pride in wearing the Barcelona shirt anymore. Maybe 4 years was enough for you. And so like something needs to happen with Frankie, and I think there's a great reason why Frankie de Jong does not start under Hansi Flick no more. It is either Casado or Gavi or Casado and Pedri. That is it. But Frankie de Jong, he's out of the picture. There was also a moment where he had the ball just outside the box. He could have taken a shot, but he played so passive. So like okay, I'm just gonna pass it here and that and this. Like, bro, like, do you understand what's at stake here? I don't know what's going on with Frankie, but he needs to wake the hell up. Wake up, okay? It is 2-2. You are looking for the 3-2. Wake up. You already know that overall this game from Barcelona has been below average to solid at the, and I'm being nice. I'm being very nice. It's solid at the most, but we are on average below average in this game. And you want to come in and play passive? What happened to being a great super sub? What happened to the pride of, okay, they're about to take me in, I have 20 minutes to change the game, let's do this? Frankie de Jong has no agenda on that. It's embarrassing. Even Hansi Flick stated that it was not just 10 minutes, it was the whole game. We played a very bad game today, and it really was. We had a few flashes here and there, Koundé with the assist, Pedri controlling the match, we had Casado and Gavi winning all duels, Lewandowski making those runs, Raphinha winning on the ball duels. It was amazing, right? But then just overall the intensity wasn't there, and then Frankie just made it even worse. As a matter of fact, I don't even think he defended well in the 2-1. When Celta scored the first and second goal, Frankie was non-existent. He's like, whatever. He puts his head down like always, like he did in the match against Bayern Munich where they lost 8-2. The exact freaking same attitude, and he has no growth from there. He had no growth. He continues to act in the exact same way. He puts his head down right after. It's 2-1. It's 2-2. Come on, dude. You are wearing the captain armband. It's embarrassing. And so, like I've said, no reason for us to destroy this club and say that it's done, that it's over, that we are pissed off at all of Barcelona. No, let's keep our heads straight. Let's forget about this game. Our next match is in 3 days against Brest for the Champions League, and we're doing well in the Champions League, right? We are doing very well. So let's focus on that. Let's get the win. Let's start off that week right. Let's win 5-0 and then build that momentum from there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.